In the multiverse, there are many kinds of people: the good, the bad, the redeemed, and those who have yet to be given a chance. But there are none out there quite like Kal-El, also known as Clark Kent, sent to Earth after Krypton's destruction to be a guardian, a protector, a hero. He had made many friends, he had found love, and eventually he found himself a new home. However, his morals of making a better world are always tested by heroes and villains alike, but in some universes, those morals can be pushed a little bit too far, like what the Joker did in one particular Earth to one particular Superman. His actions, while with the best intentions, often lead to corruption, to evil, and eventually murder. What happened with this Superman was unfortunate. It breaks my heart every time I see this story. But then I often think to myself, what would happen if this regime Superman took an entirely different path? What would happen if he had just fought for a moment of his time? A moment, only a moment. What if it could change all that happened in his world? And what if it could change him in the process, before all is too late? Follow me as we travel into a brand new era, in a brand new universe, as we ponder this particular question: what if Superman didn't kill the Joker? Taking the Joker's life ultimately created a corrupted Superman, as well as the One Earth regime. But in this universe, instead of taking the life of the clown prince of crime for turning him into a weapon of mass destruction, Superman instead left and locked himself in his sorrows deep in the Fortress of Solitude, never to be seen again. Now, one would think that sparing the Joker's life would lower the crime rate, but it didn't. In fact, sparing the Joker only allowed his life to be taken by another, one who had forsaken the Justice League to take matters into her own hands. Diana, otherwise known as Wonder Woman, was the one who made the call. When Wonder Woman left Earth, and with Superman and his family in shambles, including his son Damian, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman alone, was forced to keep the peace as the Justice League's finest had returned to Themyscira, and with an army ready to conquer all. However, 1 year later, an unidentified flying object entered Earth's atmosphere, and soon this universe would know the full weight of the threat of invasion of the evil Brainiac. As one familiar with him would know, he has a hobby of collecting worlds, but in this universe, he chose to take the next step forward. This Brainiac wanted to collect universes, and he'll send an army of mind-controlled lanterns, and heroes and villains too, to destroy anyone who crosses his path in collecting universes. The invasion of such size seems nearly impossible to overcome. The world needs Superman. But as Batman tried to find him in the Fortress of Solitude, he was nowhere to be found. Superman had given up his powers a long time ago and has been wandering in the Arctic, trying to find himself and fight his inner demons, but to no avail. Clark Kent was then found by a Green Lantern, but not just any Green Lantern, but Simon Baz. It was shocking to Superman, as he believed that Simon was dead. This was clearly another Simon from another universe. And he was brought back to Batman inside the fortress. Simon tells Batman and Superman that the Brainiac that's invading this world is the same one who took his universe and destroyed his world's heroes, and if he's not stopped, the multiverse will be doomed. But Superman wasn't ready, and he never will, shouting how the world doesn't need Superman. It seems like he was a lost cause. But when Simon vows that he's not going to lose this Superman, like he lost his, and the Superman, no matter how much his morals were tested, he would never give up. Batman and Simon left, as they soon were given word that the Teen Titans and Green Lanterns had fallen. But Batman left something behind for Clark Kent, a message from a crystal to see from inside the fortress. It was a message of Lois Lane that Batman made to tell Clark that no matter what happens, he must promise that he will keep being Lois's hero, the one she fell in love with, and the one that they hoped that their unborn child would love too. Back on the battlefield caused by Brainiac, Wonder Woman and her Amazons were about to fall at the hands of the evil tyrant. But when all hope was lost for this world, just when it was about to reach a sad conclusion, a red cape of hope turns the tide of battle. Superman had returned. To honor those who have fallen in Metropolis and to stop this foul invasion, he, Batman, Wonder Woman, Simon, and Aquaman head towards Brainiac's spaceship, with Nightwing, Robin, Cyborg, and Starfire not long behind them. Our heroes fought hard against Brainiac, and they were almost defeated, but thanks to Cyborg's last stand, he shut down Brainiac's mind control and destroyed his mind at the cost of his own life. The world was saved, and so thus comes the end of a Brainiac who tried to collect universes. However, it only made way for the birth of a Wonder Woman who now uses Brainiac's technology to ensure perfect order, who wishes to use the technology to make an army that will eliminate all crime. Knowing this would bring fear to the people of Earth, something that Superman could not allow. After seeing Nightwing sacrificed his life to save Batman from the gold kryptonite sword of Wonder Woman, Superman and the other heroes worked together to stop the mutating Wonder Woman. It was thanks to Superman's super lobotomy that allowed him to disconnect Wonder Woman from Brainiac's spaceship, sending all the variants Brainiac collected home, and leaving Batman to deliver the final blow. Simon took the injured heroes and deceased Nightwing to Earth, leaving Batman and Superman to gaze upon the damage done by Brainiac and Wonder Woman. With the Flash gone too, not even a flashpoint could fix it. But as Bruce and Clark shared a moment with each other, they vowed they would not stop hoping that the world could be fixed. Suddenly, just as things were about to go back to normality, the black hole generators in Brainiac's spaceship were about to go critical and about to explode, taking the solar system out with it. In this desperate hour, the two heroes needed to think of something fast. It was Superman and Superman alone who carried the spaceship to the ends of the universe. A heroic act, and sadly it would be his last. But Superman wasn't afraid, nor was he upset. He smiled. He was able to save the world that Lois and his unborn child loved. It costed him his life, but he died, knowing that the world would live on. With the world in shambles, and most of its heroes scarred and deformed, all hope seemed lost. 10 years later, however, as President of the United States, Bruce Wayne, with the help of heroes of the old and new generation, would ensure the world that they would create something where honor, dignity, and justice alongside the people is a reality shared by all, for that is a world his friend Clark Kent dreamed of. A great friend, and to Bruce, a beloved brother. Farewell, Superman. Your sacrifice and your heroics will never be forgotten. Never forgotten.